Hello, everybody. Welcome to the James&Massimo Show, where we talk everything about food, gaming, and just living life to the fullest. Let's cue the intro music. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the James&Massimo Show. My name is James, and my co-host here, Massimo. Say hi, Massimo.
Hey, guys.
So he's on the phone because of COVID-19 and all of the bad stuff that is happening right now. He cannot be here physically, so he is on the phone. Anyways, this is the James&Massimo Show, where we talk about everything. You know, we're a bunch of kids that just have nothing better to do than to record a podcast. And you know what? It's really fun. And I look forward to doing more episodes like this. This is just an introduction to get you guys to know us. And stuff like that. Thank you all for listening. If you are listening to this, it really means a lot. We're just a couple of kids. So my name is James. From New York. Me and my best friend Massimo, we just had an idea, and we were like, bro, it's like so boring being in quarantine all day. So why don't we do a podcast? Massimo, you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, so like I play Fortnite once in a while with James, and sometimes we get bored, and he rage quits all the time. So we had nothing else better to do but to film to do a podcast for all you good people out there. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so we were really bored. We were like, bro, we can't keep playing Fortnite like this and Minecraft and whatever. So let's do a podcast where we tell everybody about ourselves, what's going on, how we feel about what's going on, because the world is a pretty crazy place right now, and I think all of you can agree with that.
Me and James go to the same school, and before I went to we go in my old school. I used to get bullied a lot because people just didn't like me, but when I came to my current school, me and James, we were annoying to each other at first, but then we became best friends over time. Oh, and another honorable mention is everybody. I know what's going on right now in the world. I just want to let you guys know that just stay home and stay safe.
Absolutely. Thank you, Massimo. So let's go over about like what this podcast is. This podcast is just me and my best friend just goofing around, talking about stuff. We're a whole bunch of almost 7th graders. I mean, what else can we do? We play video games almost every day together.
Yeah, play video games. We have to deal with so much homework. Yeah. So we just talk about video game stuff, whatever. Like we on the channel we talk about anything exciting that when it happens in our lives, and that's just pretty much it for me. James, continue.
So why don't we, since we're best friends, why don't we talk about how we met? So it was the first day of school, and Massimo was brand new to our school. I've been in that school all my life, so I was pretty settled in. But Massimo was super nervous. And I said, yo, what's up? And he said, sup? And he told me a joke. And it was like a really stupid meme. And it was like, he would like hide behind the door and peek over and he'd say, I see you there. And I would be like creeped out the whole time. And it was like a really funny joke. So, yeah, and then that was our first joke, and then we just clicked. We just became best friends, and ever since, we've been really, like, best friends. And you know what? This friend, Massimo, I knew from the start that he wouldn't be the kind of guy who would be like mean to me, who would be a traitor. He wouldn't be that kind of guy. So that's why I was like, all right, let's do this. And 6th grade was really tough between school and drama and COVID-19 interrupting our school year. But the sad thing is that Massimo would not be in our school next year.
Yeah, my parents decided me to go to a new school because, there was a little, thing that went on.
Confusion.
I don't want to really elaborate on that because it's kind of personal with me and James.
But
yeah, so I'm gonna miss James greatly, but we're still gonna call each other like every single day.
and that's
When I met James, he introduced me to his other friends. I can't really say their names in this podcast because I don't want to be sued for copyright.
but that's
They were very toxic, and one of them became a traitor, right, James?
yeah. You leaving the school and how sad that is really a big, big part of this podcast because,
This is we can talk to each other.
so we could talk to each other, we could elaborate about what's going on in our lives. It's super hard having your best friend leave when he was only there for 3/4 of the year. And that's a huge part in starting this podcast. Like I said, we could really come together with all of the audiences that we might get that listen to this podcast, and we were like, let's go. This is great. And I was like, yeah, let's do this. So
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy about starting this podcast. I put a lot of effort into it, a lot of money, and,
700
I
hours
just,
to be.
many, many hours of production has gone into this, just one episode. Right, Massimo?
James has his own YouTube channel, Code Green Yoga. Please subscribe.
Yeah, you should go and subscribe. I post pretty cool content, aka really cringy content. But you could go subscribe anyway. Treat yourself. Go subscribe. The world of YouTube. The reason why I didn't want to do this on Apple Podcasts, and I wanted to put it on YouTube, is just because the world of YouTube is very distinct in the kid audience, right, Massimo?
Yeah, there's like a darker side of YouTube, which I seem to go to once in a while. But besides that, it's like kid friendly. I guess.
And Apple Podcasts is very hard to get into. But I listen to Apple Podcasts every day. It's great software. But the reason why I decided to put this on YouTube and call it the James&Massimo Show, Massimo, how long did we sit on the phone that day to try to come up with a name?
We spent like about 2 hours, I think.
2 hours of sitting at a chair and desk on the phone trying to come up with a name. And then Massimo just said, what about the James&Massimo Show? And I was like, big brain.
James, you actually said that was a really basic idea before that. And, also, we weren't sitting at a desk. We were playing Fortnite.
Massimo, on podcast, you're supposed to elaborate. You could see we're very newbie Fortnite language at this. But we're going to get better. This was just an introduction to our podcast, to everybody in the YouTube community. We worked really hard on just this one episode. We spent about 2 days planning this one episode. But yeah, this is just an introduction to the James&Massimo Show. We're going to try to pump out content as much as we can. We hope that we'll have more time in the summer to pump out content because we won't have as much summer work, thank God.
James, I think we should post like one podcast like every 3 weeks, maybe.
Well, no, we'll try to pump out content maybe like 2 videos a week, maybe 2 podcasts a week. A season for our podcast is just going to be about 30 episodes. So this is season 1, episode 1, introduction to the James&Massimo Show. We hope you had a great time listening to this. Massimo, you want to say goodbye?
Bye, folks.
And thank you for listening to the James&Massimo Show. We hope to see you next time. Cue the outro music.